Hey everybody, I'm Scott Lawrence, and I've got a few comments recently asking me to show you guys how to do fakie and nollie shove-its. So today that's exactly what I'm going to do. A shove-it is a very good beginner trick for longboarders. It does open a lot of doors for a lot of different tricks, and it does get you used to popping and using the tail going fakie or nollie, so it can open into arrow grabs and big spins and stuff like that. So let's hop right into me showing you how to do it. So first off, we're going to talk about foot placement. Just heads up, I'm regular, so that's how I'm going to be showing it, but it's pretty much the same for goofy. So first off, you can do it fakie or nollie. There's no easier way. You can do it either way you want. I personally learned them first off fakie, like this, and so that was just because I was more comfortable with fakie pivots versus nollie pivots. So I was more comfortable with that tail. So I do recommend, if you are more comfortable with one or the other, or if you don't know how to do pivots, I recommend learning that. It gets you nice and comfortable using that tail and that foot on the tail. So do figure that out, but it doesn't matter if you do nollie or fakie. One isn't easier. We're going to talk about foot placement. So obviously you're going to have one foot on the tail. Doesn't really matter where on the tail, just somewhere comfortable, and then your other foot, again, somewhere near the middle of the board. Just make sure it's comfortable. So I usually have it maybe a little bit more towards the other side of the board versus smack dab in the middle. One thing I have noticed doing this trick is if I had my foot way out here when I'm using this tail, it'll be harder for me to swing the board all the way around versus if I had it in here. If I had it all the way over here, it's going to be a lot easier to swing it around. So I usually try to go for around here because it's where I'm comfortable, and I can do it very easily. If I'm all the way out here, I have to exert a little more energy, and if I'm all the way in here, sometimes I over rotate. So just somewhere where you're comfortable, that's really where you want to be. Alright, so the next thing I would do for this trick is I would get used to actually spinning the board with whatever tail you're using. So I would just stand one foot on the ground and just kind of spin the board like that and just get used to it. Like I said, it's easier, I find, if you already know how to do pivots. So just kind of swing the board around and get used to doing it. Now when you are doing this trick, I find you do use your other foot a little bit to guide the board around, so keep that in mind. But for the most part, it is the foot that is on the tail that is doing most of the work here. So once you figure that out and you know how to get the board around like that, it's getting away from me a little bit here, but I know how to do the trick, so I guess that's normal. But I recommend then just kind of going for it, just getting on the board, and you don't need a crazy amount of speed to do this trick. You can do it pretty slow. A couple things I did encounter when learning this trick was, first off, I wasn't actually getting it to spin around all the way perfect. It was getting away from me. I wasn't landing with my feet like both planted on it good. So that just takes time. This trick, it's very trial and error, I found. So just keep trying and keep working at it. The other thing I noticed when I was learning this trick was I would be able to get it all the way around properly, and I'd land on it with both feet, but I was having trouble finding my balance when landing. So I would land and I may have a little too much weight on one foot, and I would slip out one way and fall down, and my board would go flying, and it really sucked. So but there's no real way to figure out how to stop that other than just trial and error, figuring it out. So it's just keep trying, don't get frustrated. You can definitely do it. It's a fairly easy trick, and it's a very good starter trick, and something to start your way up into more advanced tricks. So there's my tutorial on how to do a shove-it. Like I said, it's a very trial and error trick. There's no specific way to do it like some other tricks. It's just kind of, you just got to feel it out and figure out how to spin it around properly and how to land on it good. Those are the two main things. Those are the two components of the trick. Also, if you're doing it fakie, you're going to want to learn probably how to be more comfortable switch. But if you're doing it nollie, you obviously won't have that problem. Alright, so now I'm going to do a few different variations of the trick off a few different obstacles to hopefully give you guys some inspiration and to show you what you can do with it once you have learned it on flat. There you go, guys. There's my trick tip on Shuvit. I hope you learned something from it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe, because I've got plenty of other content like this. I love teaching you guys new stuff and sharing my skating knowledge with you guys and hopefully making you better longboarders. I would also love it if you guys left comments for things for me to do in the future, other tricks for me to teach you guys, other topics to discuss, trick challenges, anything. I would love to hear your suggestions. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.